Hey everyone, it's Jeff Douglas, physical therapist, owner of Defensive Doctor, and resident physical therapist of Athletic Motion Golf. And today we're going to come on and I'm just going to show you a quick hip mobility workout routine that you can do while you're just watching TV at night to just keep your hips feeling better throughout the season. For those that are in the off season, it can help improve your hip mobility a little bit during the off season while you are getting ready for the season. It's going to be nothing crazy. It's going to be probably a total of 10 minutes on this. When you do mobility, you just have to chip away at it, all right? It's not like we're going to see huge gains right away, and you never want to force anything. You don't want to really push into large, heavy stretches. You just want to do a little light stretching, and over time, the body should allow you to have a little more range of motion, okay? Now, when it comes to the hip, things you need to consider is the hip anatomy, all right? So we have a ball and socket joint, which is the femur, the big long bone that sits in the socket there of our acetabulum or the hip, okay? So it sits in there and it rotates. And some people, based off genetics, will have a shallower socket, so the ball sits out a little farther, allowing more range of motion. Others have deeper, less range of motion. That's why certain people can squat differently and can squat lower versus other people can't, all right? The angle in which the head sits in might be forward more or backwards more. This will dictate if you have more internal rotation or external rotation, all right? And then, so that's just structural things with the bone. Then you have actual capsule tightness and muscles that may have gotten stiff on you over time due to lack of mobility or potential injuries and stuff like that, all right? So there's a lot to take into account when we do this. So this is general stuff. A good assessment will help you allow to know what positioning you should be in. Some of you may need to flare out your hips a little bit more because you lack internal rotation because of potentially the position that it's in, all right? But what we're going to do, and I'm not going to go through the full thing as the whole time. I'm just going to show you the positions, things to think about, and how long you should be in there, all right? So the first one I like to do is this 90-90, okay? So we have our hip at 90 degrees. We have our knee bent at 90 degrees here. Same thing with the back leg. You're going to come here, and you're just going to lean forward. Some of you may need a hand until you feel a light stretch, and you should feel this in the back hip here. Lean forward, come down, feel a light stretch, hold for 90 seconds, okay? After 90 seconds, what you're going to do is you're going to take this leg, and you're going to push it. I was trying to push it down into the ground. So the shin is drive it into the ground. So light stretch, 90 seconds has gone by. Pushing this leg in 4 or 5 seconds, about 80% full capacity, driving it down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax, see if you can sink a little more. Drive it down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax, a little bit more. 4 rounds of the 5 seconds, relax and sink. And then the last one we're going to try to do is you're actually going to try to lift this shin ankle off the ground. Many of you will not be able to get anything, okay? It's a hard motion. We're trying to go into internal rotation and we're already in a lot, all right? So, or a lot of external rotation here. And so it makes it really tough. Sorry, let me take that back. We are trying to get more external rotation, so it's hard, okay? So here we go. So we're gonna lift it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So we were working the end range external rotation there, all right? Trying to get a little bit more. After you did that, so it was 90 seconds of a light stretch, 4 rounds of 5 seconds there, and 1 round of lifting up, you're going to then try to turn back and rotate. And then some of you, you're going to find a stretch on this back hip here. Okay, I'm internally rotating, and I'm going to sit there, hang out for 90 seconds. All right? Big breaths in the belly. We never want to feel a pinching feeling. It should be a soft, nice stretch feeling, okay? So I'm going to go here, twisting my chest over, and I am feeling the stretch right in the back butt cheek here, all right? Hold it for 90 seconds. After you're done with that, we're going to come out of it, and then you're going to switch. Do the same thing. I'm going to bend down, 90 seconds, and then 4 rounds of 5 seconds of pushing down, relax, 1 round of lifting up, and then twist here. And you may feel in certain positions, you may not, it might be a little harder. So when I turn this way, I don't feel that stretch as much on this side. Okay, I have to push a little harder or a little more rotation to get that stretch compared to my other side. We're going to find stuff like that in our body. It's exploring your body, figuring out what's tighter, what's looser, and working on that, all right? Do 90 seconds there, all right? So that's how I get things going. And then I like to go here, and you can work on some active hip flips. So we'll get some blood going. This will work on the internal, external rotation of the hips. For some of you, this might be very tough. You may need to lean back to give yourself a little more hip clearance here in your hip. Sometimes it gets a little pinchy for people if you get too much flexion going there. All right, I would do 10 each way. So that's 1, 1, okay? I would do that 10 times there. So that's an active 90-90 hip flips with that. All right, following that, I'm gonna work a little end range for the internal rotation, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna sit in that 90-90 position. You're going to lift this back leg up with your hand. You're helping it with your hand, but then you're gonna let go and try to hold it so it doesn't drop, okay? So I'm gonna let go, I'm holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. You may need to lean forward a little bit on this. You may get crampy. Why? Because you haven't trained that range of motion much. Your body's going, what the hell am I doing here? All right? That's okay. If it starts to cramp, shake it out. That's good. We're training a range of motion we really haven't trained much, especially end range. As people, we don't train end range that well. All right? Me, got a little crampy there. So then we're going to go back up. I'm going to do 5 rounds in 5 seconds and hold it. Passively bring it up. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. You would do 5 here, flip on over. I would come over here, lift up, try to hold. You can lean forward, make it a little easier. Harder if I go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I got a really good cramp going on my right side there. Okay? If it's cramping a lot, you may have to only do a few reps the first few times, and then as you get better at it, you can build on it. All right? So we got those going right there. The last one I'm going to go over, all right, because I want to keep this short. If you're doing nothing, I don't want to overwhelm you too much. I want you just to start with a little bit, right? People don't do things long term because they go from nothing to a lot, and then they fail, and then they get frustrated and they quit. Versus let's just add a little bit in, make it consistent with that. Once we're consistent with this, then you can go and find more stuff to do for hip mobility. All right. So the last one we're going to do is we're actually going to go into a squat. So we're going to stand up. We're going to sink down to a squat, and we're going to wedge our elbows into the inner part of our knees, okay? Some of you, this might be tough and you can't get in here. You may need to put like a little yoga block under your butt to sit there a little bit, or you might have to be a little bit higher, all right? Stay here, wedge it out. You're going to feel a good groin stretch. After about 30 seconds of holding that groin stretch, what you're going to do is you're going to take one knee, lift it off your knee. So you can see how I'm lifting off right there. Lift off, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Lift the other one off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we do double time. 5. So I'm lifting both off my knees. Both knees off my elbows. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. And do a few hip circles here. Loosen it out. And we're going to go down. We're going to do that 3 times. Come back down. Wedge it. Feel a good stretch in the groin again. And then 5 seconds, 5 seconds, double time, 5 seconds. All right? So that's a really simple, easy to do hip mobility exercise that you could do every night to just start working on improving your hips capabilities of its motion. All right? So start with that. If you want more ideas, let me know. I can create some more videos just like this. Hope this helps, and I hope you guys take this and use it to help you improve your golf game. Take care.